Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Trek in the Valley, the non-encyclopedic Star Trek podcast, where we get together every week to discuss an episode of Star Trek, the original series. My name's Adam Ordall Quinnell, and I'm here with my co-host with the Mo-host.
Hey, how's it going? It's Al Hirt.
Mr. Al Hirt, everybody.
What's up?
Yeah, what's up? Well, what's up with you, Al? How have you been since I saw you 2 days ago?
Pretty good, I don't know, just other than, I guess the local news is that the highway was on fire or something.
The highway was on fire? I missed that.
It was like the I-10 or something like that.
No, I don't take the I-10 very often.
So
it's funny, I actually
went for a bit.
Oh, sometimes California, it is the season. It is fire season. Everything's dry as hell. So be safe out there. Don't throw your cigarettes or your roaches or whatever out the window.
It's crazy.
Be responsible, you fucking maniacs. All right.
There's a festival, too, happening to at Dodger Stadium.
A festival?
Yeah, it was Camp Flogna. So not a lot of great parking right now.
Camp Flogna? What the hell is that?
Yeah, it's just a 2-day festival, R&B, hip-hop, Saturday, Sunday.
Oh, okay, cool.
And it's all like in a Dodger parking lot, though. Not in Dodger Stadium, but like all the area outside.
Where they used to do all of the vaccinations and such.
Yeah, I guess so.
Good old Dodger Stadium. Well,
Looks
good.
like a carnival and like a festival thing. So,
hey, uneventful, is better than crazy shit going on. So that's good. So last week, we discussed a very important episode of Star Trek, the original series, which was Journey to Babel.
Yeah.
Yeah, good old where we met Sarek and Amanda, Spock's parents. I've been thinking about that a lot since we recorded a few days ago, and I think it's fucked up that Kirk has known Spock for a little while, and he didn't know that his father was the Klingon ambassador.
Well, considering he knows so much about Starfleet history and all that, too.
Yeah, exactly. Sarek's a big part of Starfleet history.
Together.
Yeah, you think you'd get that? I found that funny in hindsight.
It's got to be though for the climatic effect of like, what? He's your dad?
Yeah, it was definitely a surprise, but it just really, especially with how Kirk has been handled since. I mean, obviously they didn't have the future of the series necessarily in mind when they set all this stuff up. Like,
oh no way!
In this episode, we'll actually talk a bit about I guess the Prime Directive, because they're just dealing with this pre-warp civilization that calls their resources shiny rocks and shit. And Kirk's just like Kirk's no better than the Klingons.
Yeah.
But so that, which brings us to this week, where we're going to discuss the episode Friday's Child.
Yep. It's really interesting how this whole culture thing works, though, and how it's, I don't know, this felt kind of like Story of or Planet of the Week kind of episode, like in the first season, but this had a more interesting question. An awkward moral dilemma, I guess.
It definitely is a Planet of the Week episode for sure. And yeah, it all kind of wraps up pretty neatly at the end. They make you think, obviously they're not going to have Bones have an alien child on board the spaceship, the Enterprise. So this is Friday's Child. It aired originally on December 1st, 1967. Which I think is fucked up. I looked at the schedule and they didn't release an episode Thanksgiving weekend. No new Star Trek Thanksgiving weekend 1967. It was a dark day. You couldn't escape your relatives. And the synopsis from our brilliant synopsises writers over there because it's got to be a team of people doing this. No way could one person produce so many amazing succinct synopsises. The Paramount Plus synopsis is: the Enterprise crew becomes embroiled in a local power struggle on a primal planet.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh, and we didn't mention at the top. So what we do every week is we just discuss an episode of Star Trek, the original series, and then we recommend like a show or an album or something that we're listening to. But the meat of it is talking about the Star Trek and what we think of it.
Yes.
And at the end, we'll give a little rating for the episode. Ooh, sit in suspense. Now, this opens. The first thing I noticed about this episode is it opens with a really weird angle on the ship. Look at this.
What do you mean?
Watch.
Oh.
We never see the ship from that rear angle approaching the planet. It's always left to right, never bottom to top.
True.
So
I was thinking they might be trying new things just because it's a new season and shit. Right.
Well, I mean, it's like
Spice it up.
It's the middle of the new season, but yeah, they definitely
right.
And who knows what it looked like originally because I didn't watch the side by side.
Oh, that's true.
But yeah, they're definitely mixing up the visual look of those cutaways.
Yeah.
This episode opens with them kind of in the middle of shit, getting a briefing from Bones about is it Caledon?
The Caledines.
The Caledines?
Capellas.
Capellans.
The Capellans, yes. They're a warlike but honorable people.
Yeah, I'm sorry I'm clearing my throat so much.
You're good.
Well, no, I was apologizing to the people.
I'm just saying, we'll figure it out.
It's just been a long, dry day. So, hence the fires, obviously. So the Capellans. Now, Bones was stationed on the planet with the Capellans for a while, so he's the expert. Now, the Capellans are like a violent, warring race. They're tall, and they don't have guns. They throw spinny blades. That's what he kind of tells them.
It's like the smaller versions of the flying guillotines.
Exactly, or like a predator weapon.
Like a ninja star, I guess?
Yeah, well, it's like the weapon in the movie Krull, which you definitely have not seen. Came out in like 1982 or 81. Yeah, I think I had it on VHS. My family had it on that, or not VHS. No, my family had it on Betamax. The more lines of resolution. God damn it, that should have been the one that took off. So it's like the Krull monster or the Krull hero has a blade like that spins when he throws it. And so they're basically a warlike people, and they have a mineral that
everybody wants.
Everybody wants this fucking mineral.
So it's like a dilithium thing going on.
It's basically the dilithium. Everything that it's like, it's not a MacGuffin, but there's always everything that they need. It could just be replaced by dilithium, and the story works exactly the fucking same. But this time, they don't have to deal with a volcanic rug monster that burrows tunnels through the mine.
Or like a god that I guess they went there by accident, but they don't have to deal with any demons or gods or any outside forces, I guess. Right?
No, just some dipshits that believe weird stuff, and they shoot. they're meeting all of the Capellans now. The away team.
Oh my god, this scene is so great, though.
Okay,
so it kicks off.
So the away team is meeting the Capellans for the first time, and the security offer and the Capellans part, and a Klingon comes out. And the security officer obviously sees a Klingon, goes to pull his phaser.
Yes. What?
Boom! Gets a spinny blade in the chest. Now, we're going to talk about this quite a bit.
I was going to say.
Because, what the fuck, dude? Like, Kirk is like, that's a perfect, after this, when Kirk is explaining.
It's so funny.
Kirk is like, it's a perfectly normal response. He sees a Klingon, he pulls his weapon. That's what you do when you see a Klingon. You see a Klingon because you're racist, you pull your weapon. Yes. When you're racist and you see a Klingon.
That guy was bad.
And so
I pulled out my weapon that can disintegrate his fucking atoms.
Yeah, and the Klingon unarmed, you can tell, totally unarmed. Just seeing a Klingon was enough for this guy. Just racist as hell. And so he's dead. And now this negotiation's off to a great fucking start. And
Bones, that next scene though where they're all talking.
Go ahead. Well, really quick.
Yeah.
They get out of this part by it cuts to commercial after the guy gets killed.
It's like, what?
Skip intro.
Because he fucking gets nailed at the very weapon that Bones was like,
just telling
really
them about.
that.
And so he's dead Friday's Child, written by DC Fontana, directed by Joseph Pevney.
It is a really cool shot too, though. You're right.
Yeah, they had so many good shots of orbiting planets in these HD remasters of the original series.
Yes, shout out to that team.
So
whoever they are.
So they're trying to get this mining agreement done, and they're already got the dead guy.
Yeah.
And,
great start.
And let's chat for a moment about this Klingon. Now, he has no prosthetic makeup of any sort. He looks like an Amish guy who's balding from the front back. Beards. And he's got his hair kind of combed forward, and he's wearing a gold striped shirt, and that's Klingon. Like, that's what separates them. And it's interesting because we're going to get to Trouble with Tribbles later this season.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And there's Klingons in that.
Oh,
okay. And they look more alien. But this guy just looks like a dude. And so Kirk's like, fine, we'll give up our weapons and our communicator because that's what the Klingon did. And then he goes, let me call my ship first. And the Klingon's like, oh, and just have your ship attack us? No, thank you, little fucker.
They're quick on they're really quick to think about like all these, rules or regulations to seem peaceful, right?
And that was something else that we forgot to mention. Bones said they are very strict with customs, and it's really easy to piss them off and screw something up. So, which happens immediately when he pulls a gun.
I don't feel like, I was just about to say, in that briefing, I feel like he didn't emphasize it. He was just kind of like, they're really strict, they're really traditional, they are really good at throwing this weapon.
Look, man, not to be devil's advocate here. Not to be devil's advocate, but you think he had to tell them, hey, don't pull your weapon on an unarmed whoever.
That's true.
That should just be understood that you just don't pull your sidearm for an unarmed guy. This is Ma'ab.
It's hilarious.
So this is Ma'ab, one of the leaders of this of the Capellans, and he's played by Michael Dante. And then there's Cross is the Grand Poobah, or wait, is that Keel?
Is Akar, Keel? High tier Akar.
Oh, high tier Akar.
Yeah.
So they're a patriarchal system. The high tier Akar and his wife, Eileen, played by Julie fucking Newmar, dude. Julie Newmar played Catwoman in the Batman 69 or whatever. Yeah, she rules. Julie Newmar, fucking great guest star.
The Adam West Batman, right?
Yes, and she's so great. She slaps Bones twice, also gets slapped. Not as much of a fan of that.
Oh, it's ridiculous, though. That whole we got to talk about that when that comes up. But anyways.
So Akar is the leader, and Ma'ab is this guy who's fighting for control.
Right.
And Ma'ab wants to deal with the Klingons.
Yes.
And Akar wants to deal with the Federation because it's like the devil you know. One interesting thing I will say about this society is they don't give a shit about hospitals and stuff. Like, Bones was stationed there for a while, and he says there was just nothing for me to do because they do not give a shit about medicine.
Really make sense.
And, well, it does
why
because
he went.
Well, why he was there in the first place?
Yeah.
Because they have minerals that the Federation wants, so they got to be in good there and check shit out. That's how the Federation finds out who has the minerals. They're like, hey, we got a doctor to help you.
That's true, but they send the most asinine guy who complains about teleportation and stuff.
Yeah, they definitely. I wouldn't want Bones to be my primitive tribe's doctor that they get from the heavens.
This is disgusting. I'm not gonna eat this.
Oh, Dr. McCoy. So, but I just found it interesting because that's one of the pitches that the Klingon makes.
Yeah.
As to why they should work with the Klingons instead. He's like, what has the goddamn Federation ever given you? A bunch of potions and powders for the sick? Who gives a shit about them? Meanwhile,
the strong survive.
That's what they believe.
Yeah, it's a Spartan thing.
Yeah, it's also Darwin. Darwin and
true.
The Spartans. That's where they agree. Only the strong survive. Now, you might be asking, Noble Trek and the Valites, our listeners out there, what the fuck is happening on the Enterprise now that Kirk has his communicator taken, can't tell the Enterprise what's going on? Well,
Bones
Spock and Kirk are on the planet, which means Scotty's at the con. Now,
he hasn't sat down yet.
You mean just in this
chair.
Episode or in the season?
No. He doesn't sit in the chair yet.
He does at the end of the episode. Yeah.
And I'm like, that's still very respectable.
Well, he could definitely sees himself as just doing the right thing. He's like trying to do what regulation would dictate in the situation.
True.
And they get and another thing that I find kind of fucked up about this is last week in Journey to Babel, Sarek is wounded and Spock refuses to give the con to Scotty because there isn't sufficient reason to do so, and it would be a personal reason for him to save his dad.
Yeah.
But Scotty proves himself in this episode to be an amazing captain. He does everything right. He faces down by the end a Klingon warship, and they didn't have the stomach for battle or whatever. It's great. Put him in charge all the fucking time. Fuck Spock. Make Scotty your first officer and also have him do engineering. So Scotty and Chekhov with the mildly insane looking wig are monitoring they're getting a distress call just at the edge of they see a ship just at the edge of their sensor range first and foremost, and they can't get an exact reading, but they're going to keep an eye on it. And
Isn't it a Klingon ship that's just like right out of their sensors?
Well, it's a Klingon ship, but then they get a distress call, and it's the Klingons setting a trap. Which Scotty sees right through, but he still goes there anyway. Now, this lady, Spock or Bones keeps telling them how they're doing everything right. The customs and shit.
Yeah,
which has really helped them a lot so far with the dead person and whatnot.
But Bones is like, look, I know you're really bummed out about the one dead crewmate, and then
Kirk's I know how you feel when your crewmen die, Jim.
And Kirk's like, damn it, though. It starts with 1. I have 400 up there to save. And it's like, really? Like, that's it?
Yeah.
That's like, he's really, I get it, but it's like, we're not going to start an all-out Armageddon here,
So obviously he's worried about the fact that if there's a Klingon
you can't call them. That's what he's saying.
Yeah, he's saying if there's a Klingon on the planet, that means there's a Klingon ship in orbit somewhere.
True.
And Bones protects Kirk from having to fight to the death here because this attractive lady comes in.
Yeah, that's right.
And she offers him like a cookie or something.
It's a fruit, I think. Yeah.
And Kirk's about to take it, and Bones runs up, and he's like, "Hey, no, don't take that. That means you got to fight her man or her brother to the death. Her nearest male
husband.
I thought he said nearest male relative.
Oh, I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, he said you gotta if you touch it, her nearest male relative will have to try to kill you.
Weird.
Yeah, they're all fucked up. Basically, he's saying that they would rather do combat than fuck.
Yeah,
like he's saying,
they consider it more pleasurable than love. That's a quote.
Chara. So now they got to do their negotiating with the Tier Akar.
Honestly, that's true. But before we move forward, I just got to say the costume design on these aliens have been pretty dope.
Oh, my God.
They're all like, all the men are Amazonians except for, the King Tar or King
Akar.
King Akar.
The dudes in the background are wearing unitards.
Yeah.
And then they have a piece of rug that cuts across their boobs or across their pecs
chests,
and then over their shoulder. And it is bananas. And then
the top part, their heads though, that's the killer.
They all have various weird hats.
Ponytails. It's like hats, ponytails that they pull out of the holes.
Yeah, I've always thought that was a helmets. Weird look when you pull a ponytail through a hat.
Yeah.
Even when I had long hair, I was never into it. So an entire culture where that's their whole thing, I gotta be suspect.
No, and just I gotta say, just seeing a group of 5 or 6 of them, walking around or running around, they look like a bunch of horses.
Yes,
like
they do,
because they're all tall and pale and blonde,
and have a ponytail with their bald top of their head. One interesting thing about this negotiation scene that I fucking love is. The Klingon is trying to get into a car's ear and do some forky tongue shit and convince him. Yeah. And Bones goes, Bones goes, look, The Federation's always been here for you, and quite frankly, we don't even hear the Klingon's words. He doesn't matter. And then he turns around and he's like, I just called the Klingon a liar.
Yeah, and all the aliens are like, oh shit.
They're all laughing, and Ma'ab, the dude who's trying to get power, is like, you're laughing? We're doing negotiations, and you're laughing at one of our guests? And Ma'ab is trying to say it's good to have people competing against each other for their resources.
Which he isn't wrong, but it's still fucked up.
Well,
depending on, how it ends up. But.
So Kirk puts it best. Is this where he says it? Kirk says basically, Kirk says, hey, or is this later where he says, with the Federation, you're still your own planet. But with the Klingons, that you become part of the Klingon Empire. You're no longer Capella 4 or whatever. Yeah, you're the Klingon Empire. And so Ma'ab and Akar, there's a lot of tension.
Eline, he's like, I gotta think about this. Get the hell out of here, and then they leave.
Yeah, so a car kicks the Federation out.
And it goes back to the Enterprise with Chekhov.
Chekhov says there's a ship, the ship that was off in the distance and the sensors disappears. And then Uhura's like, we're getting a distress call. And they listen to it, and it's a freighter asking for any available ships. And then we cut back down to the planet, and there's a fight happening.
Immediately.
Kirk is fighting the guards that were taking them back to... what the fuck? It's because this is the uprising. This is the Civil War. Just
happened.
Yeah, it popped off while we were up on the Enterprise.
Exactly.
He said we have to discuss what to do. Cuts to them fighting, throwing their throwy blades.
Yeah, it's pretty cool though, this combat.
It definitely is. It's certainly something.
Stepped up from the first season for sure.
They all have really bad. The big weapon that this tribe has, other than the thing that they throw, is the a weird knife, like a long knife.
Yeah,
like a bit of a. Like not a it's like a half machete, half scimitar.
Yeah.
And Kirk beats the Klingon. He's asking what kind of ship you got there. The Klingon's like, we need the mineral too. I got a scout ship out there. And then boom, Ma'ab is got a knife on Kirk, and Akar is dead. So Ma'ab is the new Grand Ta'ir.
Yep. Now he's obviously on the Klingon side, so...
Well, but he's not exactly, because now Kirk offers to fight the Klingon.
Exactly.
And Ma'ab is
that's true.
Klingon got kind of scared there.
Yeah, that's true.
So basically, everything's up in the air now.
Mm-hmm.
And we go back up to the Enterprise, and they're hearing the distress call from this, transport ship.
Yeah.
Freighter ship. They're reporting that they're under attack by Klingons, and they have to leave the captain to go.
Well, they call him first just to check in on him, but they do hundreds of times. But still, yeah. What is it? Scotty's logic is like,
well, we're
required. The closest Enterprise ship, and we can hear him calling out.
Yeah, we're required. They're required by regulations.
Regulation, yes, they're required by regulation to go.
Now we get back to the tribe here, the Capellans, and Eline is like, I must die because I've got the son of a Ta'ir that's dead inside me, and you can't have a kid if the father is dead. Yeah. And then Kirk and the boys save her.
It's like,
she was ready to die and all about it. She was about that life. And they accidentally touch her.
Yeah.
Kirk touches her, and then boom, swords are drawn.
An all-out brawl happens.
There's a brawl, and then it ends with Kirk and the guys under arrest for touching a lady who was going to die anyway. And she wants to see Kirk die, but that doesn't happen. Kirk,
of course, but
Scotty is still trying to get a hold of Bones. And then they got to take off. They got to leave Kirk.
Asking, are you sure? Are you sure? And Bones like, nope, we're going to go. We got to check. We're part
Scotty.
of the Enterprise. Or Scotty.
Yeah.
I keep getting
No, that's fine. Old red Scotty. So now we've got a couple of guards on the away team, and Eline is distraught. She wanted to die. She is not supposed to live after her husband dies, and she's got a broken arm, and Bones is like, look, it's not like they can kill me twice for touching her. I'm going to try and fix her fucking arm at the very least here. And then as they're doing that, they get the drop on the guards, knock them out. And Kirk says, look, we're going to take you with us. Do you really want to die? Yeah. And she said, well, life is always preferable to death, or living is always preferable to death. So she goes with, and the Klingon is still talking into Ma'ab's ear. He wants his gun back so he can go get Kirk.
Yeah.
Here's what I don't like. And they cover this later. This is before they had Klingons figured out at all. This Klingon is basically like, these people are idiots for using blade weapons instead of guns and shit. But we know the Klingons to use lots of swords and knives. That's like their preferred thing. The gun is actually like a cowardly weapon to the blaster to them, and it should be used only as a last resort. And now we're back on the Enterprise. They can't. They should see the freighter on the screen, but they can't. They know the freighter can't be ahead of them. Yeah, it's not there. And then Kirk and Eileen and the away team are out trying to escape these Capellans that are following them. And while Bones is, here we go. So this is a huge scene.
Yeah, this part's ridiculous.
Bones is trying to treat Eileen and just to make sure the baby is okay, while Kirk and Spock are off trying to secure the location to stop their pursuers.
They got to figure out a place to rest too eventually.
Exactly. They have to find a birthing cave later. Oh, God. And so Bones touches her tummy to check on the baby, and she slaps him in the fucking face. And he does it again, and she slaps him again. Keep in mind, this is Julie Newmar. And then he hauls off and smacks her. Oh, there's one. Gosh. She slaps him.
And he
slaps her, and now she's letting him touch her and figure stuff out. And later Kirk says, "What'd you do to let her touch you? Give her a happy pill?"
Yeah, that was weird.
So they see the Capellans approaching in the distance. Kirk and Spock decide to send a sonic really signal cool plan, with their They know that if they can make a sonic feedback loop with their communicators and point it at some rocks, it will cause.
It vibrates the rocks, I guess. It's like a sonic disruption.
But it's like a sonic ray, though. Like I
thought cell phones and you just put them on speaker and then
they call each other. You call it and then set it next. But it doesn't explode the rocks near them.
No,
they're like pointing it at other rocks. It's very strange.
It's Star Trek.
I love it. But so the Capellans approach, and then this is where we get. Yeah. I have been really. I have been delinquent in looking at my notes these last few episodes because when we have the episode on, I haven't had to as much. But this I really wanted to talk about after when the rocks explode. The falling acting that these extras do. Oh my God! Look at this guy. This guy with the green top. He falls face first on the ground. Watch this. Watch this shit. Oh. Face first, boom! Yeah. Like, oh my God, dude! And just some real flopping, trying to help each other. Foam rocks falling on heads. This is clearly shot in the same place where they've shot every other time they've had to walk between rocks. It comes back from break with the Klingon finds a phaser that they drop, puts it in his sock, and encourages them to keep going. And Bones says, look, I don't know if I can deliver this baby, but we got to try. So they got to find a safe place to do it. They find a cave.
And they're trying to help, the pregnant lady. What's her name? Eileen move around and all that. And she goes, no, I don't want anybody else to touch me but McCoy.
Yeah, McCoy, she says.
McCoy. And he's like, damn it, I'm not what does he say? He's like, I'm not a hiker. I'm a doctor, damn it.
Something.
He's like, I don't even know what does he say?
Let's see.
Yeah, let's go back. Here we go. He keeps asking for help.
I will only allow your touch, she says to McCoy.
Yeah.
I think it's later when he says, I'm a doctor, not a surgeon, not a psychologist.
Yeah. That is probably way later.
Oh my God, what an amazing shot of the ship.
And it just pops right back to Scotty.
Scotty, who says a vessel doesn't just disappear, and because they can't find this freighter. Now, is this where he says to pull the tape?
And this is while everybody's hiking, on the planet here.
They're looking for a birthing cave.
Birthing cave, yeah.
And Scotty asks Chekhov to pull up the tape from the emergency transmission. Which is weird. You'd think he would ask Lieutenant Uhura, the communications specialist. What are you going to do? And he's got, look, if we ever make $1 from this podcast,
just I
want these buttons that they have at about 30 at about 34 minutes. Oh my God, or 31 minutes. Because so he's got Chekhov has to push a button to eject the tape from one area, and it's just a wooden block that they call a tape. And then he puts it in another slot, and they listen back to it. And the big kooky thing is the distress call asks for the Enterprise by name.
Yeah.
And Sulu's like, well, wouldn't they ask for the nearest starship? And Scotty's like, but how would the freighter know
that we're
the nearest starship?
I was thinking about that like way earlier too, and I was like, well, it's clearly a trap, but I think Scotty knew it, but then he's had to look literally into it. Fly and make sure because he's in the nearest.
Even still.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I think.
Now
Even
that he
still,
knows,
they
have to stay and check it out because Uhura's like, what if it's legit? And he goes, oh, we'll stay long enough to find out. But I think it might be fucking bullshit.
That's what's kind of nice, though, about this show is that it's like they kind of explain and write out, people just don't do shit for no reason.
He's got good reasons.
Yeah.
Regulations.
They cover stuff.
And we cut to the
cover
guys.
Their bases, literally.
Exactly. How much of this science fiction show revolves around rules and regulations? It's bananas.
Yeah, that's true.
A lot every episode.
Yeah, pretty much.
So we cut back to the planet in a cave, and Kirk asks Bones, "Hey, you got one of them nitrate tablets?" Which is apparently a nitrate tablet is a thing that when you smash it with a sword, it becomes a fire forever. They just have a fire now on this rock.
That's right.
And Bones is working on the baby. Kirk and Spock head outside. And then Bones is like trying to get. So here, the lady doesn't want to have the kid.
Yeah, this is ridiculous.
She does. First off, if she doesn't want to have a kid, don't force her to have a kid.
Yeah, okay, we'll get back to that.
This is 1967.
Yes, of course.
Well, this is before. I mean, it's not before people knew
big Christian vibes.
Women should have fucking bodily autonomy. Trek in the Valley believes in a woman's right to choose.
Thank you. Snap.
But this is so strange. Because so she says this baby doesn't belong to anybody because here a baby belongs to the man or the husband. Yeah. And he goes, oh, so they take all the credit here too, huh? Or something like that. And he tries to convince her. He goes, in your head, you got to say, this baby is mine. I want this baby. And then she says, this baby is yours. And he's like, you
want this baby.
He's like, no.
No, that's not what I meant.
That isn't. I know that it's
I know I said that, but
it reminds me of there's a joke on The Simpsons when Bart meets a Smokey the Bear robot, like an animatronic Smokey the Bear.
Yeah.
And Smokey the Bear says, only who can prevent forest fires? And Bart says, you. And he goes, you answered. The correct answer is me, meaning you, or something. It's fucking hilarious. I can't believe I biffed it and didn't remember, but
it's fine.
Yeah, so
look it up.
Just great. And so now the baby is also Bones's. We get into that more in a couple minutes.
It's ridiculous though. And he's like, please just don't, no. Say to yourself, the child is mine. The child is mine. And meanwhile, Kirk and Spock are just making
we got to talk about these bows and arrows. The disrespect that these shows have for archers. Like, you're telling me, so they make a bow, like, get the fuck out of here with these sticks. And Spock says, oh, it's a good thing that this tree bark is exactly like a bowstring that we can wind together. And they make these wooden arrows. There's just, a bow and arrow is such a specific ass thing. Like,
that's such a heavy ass stick.
Oh my God, such a big stick. And then Bones comes out with an idiot grin on his face.
No, for the arrow, though, itself, it feels too heavy, it seems.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. And it's all crooked and shit. Yes, bad news. Bones comes out with an idiot grin on his face because he gave birth to a child.
Oh, my gosh. And the way they're handling the baby, I was watching this with my friend, and we were both just like, oh, God, I hope that baby's fake, you know?
Yeah, they do show some close-ups of the baby.
Yeah, the close-ups look really good, though.
They did. Well, it was a good-looking baby.
Well, I mean, I was thinking like maybe it was,
HD remastered.
Yeah, I was like,
baby.
Did they remaster the shot?
They
really do that? Or did they do another baby? You know, like
no, that's the original. That baby is 60 years old right now.
Whoa, that's fucking crazy to think about.
So they have this baby. There's a cute little exchange where Spock acts like, I don't know how to hold a baby. I am Spock.
Yeah, right.
This makes me uncomfortable, even though discomfort should be a human emotion, and I should always be comfortable. And then we cut back to the bridge. They can't find anything on the sensor sweeps. There would be debris if there was a fight. And then there's another ship that calls in that says, we've got an emergency too. And Scotty says, ignore it. And Uhura says, no, but this ship is supposed to be in the area. And Scotty says, fuck that. Put it in my name. Say, I'm the one that said ignore it. Yeah. I'm responsible. Mm-hmm. And then he says, there's a very, very old saying on Earth, fool me once, shame on me. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Yeah. And it just reminds me of that George Bush quote, fool me once. Shame on me. Can't get fooled again. Can't fool me again. So Scotty doesn't give in. He turns around and heads back to Capella 4. Now, every scene is something we have to talk about. I know we've been talking about scaling back
it's hard.
Because holy shit. So cut to.
So much happens every episode. They're really thick.
Cut to Bones sleeping against a rock, laying next to Eileen, who has her new child. Mm-hmm. And Eileen picks up a rock and smashes him on the head, knocks him out. Now, I ask you this, Eileen. He's already asleep. You could just leave.
Yeah, I know. I immediately
bonking him on the head. It's like he might just wake. That might just wake him up.
Yeah, he might be like, "Ow, that fucking hurt."
So Julie Newmar whomps him on the head with a rock.
So funny though.
And she fucking takes off.
She leaves the paper mache cave.
and she sees Kirk. And there's this great shot where she looks out of the paper mache cave. Well, it's a real cave here, and she sees Bones. Or no, this is when Bones wakes up and finds that she's gone.
Like, but there's
a great shot of them like hanging out on the rock, Spock and Kirk with their bows and arrows. Oh, it's just and so
that was
she
a pretty
left.
Cool shot of them looking out in the distance too with their bows and arrows.
Yes,
that was pretty funny.
Yeah, it looks great too. Like the composition of the shot. Yeah, love it. They're
just hanging out.
Back to the Enterprise, who's in the warp conduit, flying back to Capella 4.
Yeah.
And a motherfucking Klingon ship pulls up, Klingon warship. And Scotty sits down and says, let's see if they've got the belly for combat. Acknowledge. And then, where is it? The belly for combat line. And we'll go down their throat if necessary. Let's see if they have the belly for it.
Weird.
Yeah, he said he'll fuck him up. Scotty is the man, dude. True. He's killing it in this.
He knows how the ship works.
In this episode.
Literally, so.
So then we get to the Capellans that are walking through the desert looking for Kirk and Eileen.
God, they must be so warm.
And Kirk and Spock are like over these rocks with their bows and arrows, and the Capellans know it. They say they're right beyond those rocks. And then Eileen comes running out. And she says, I killed the Earthmen and the baby's dead.
Oof.
And then the Klingon doesn't believe her. Klingon's like, hey, what the fuck? No, you're going to show us. Take me to them. And Ma'ab is like, you don't trust the wife of a Ta'ir? You piece of shit. And that's when things pop off. The Klingon pulls out his phaser. And at this point, Ma'ab gives her life back.
Yeah.
Right? Ma'ab gives her, he says, he offers to let her live, and he sacrifices himself for her, I guess we should have mentioned before that, though, there's the Klingon gets shot in the leg by a Kirk arrow, and it's hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
There's a bunch of shots. You're all reminded a little bit. So this is where Kirk takes the first shot, gets the Klingon in the leg. They start, the Capellans start throwing their discs. And
Spock gets a good shot in the gut, too.
He shoots somebody in the gut with his twisty arrow. And it's so funny. The
they must
sound,
be jacked.
when the Capellans throw those things, it goes, ving!
Yeah.
There's like the most amazing sound effect. And then they kind of get the Klingon pinned down.
And the phaser's pretty overpowered, obviously.
Explosive phaser shots. This is where she says, "Look, I'm dead anyway."
Yeah.
Lillian says, "I'm going to sacrifice myself. You guys get out of here. I'll distract the Klingon long enough for the Federation to kill him." Mm-hmm. And Ma'ab says, "No, I'm going to give you your life back. Mine is now forfeit." And this is great. He just goes out. He just goes out there. Ma'ab holds up his arms and says, "Klingon!" And then the Klingon shoots him and he disappears.
Yeah, that's pretty scary. There's no explosion, nothing. But obviously, in the time that the phaser would cool down, my Capellan brother decides to throw that fucking zoom.
Yep,
and gets him right in the chest.
I want to talk about this sequence. They used a stunt double. For when the Klingon gets hit in the chest by this blade, look at this. Watch this. Watch this here. Look.
Oh my gosh, that's right.
Yeah. So look, does the disruptor blast? He totally disintegrates Ma'ab, the Ta'ir, and then look, it's just some other guy. Why would they need a stunt double to throw something at it's just a frisbee?
Yeah, maybe.
It's like they needed a stunt double to catch this frisbee, cut to the close-up of the Klingon, and then it cuts to the long shot of the stunt double falling over.
Maybe they had both shots and they were just like, well, we can't waste this one.
Or the guy couldn't fall. The actor is like, I can't fall. My shoulder's fucked up from I was on a Western 2 days ago.
Right? That's true. They just decided to interweave the footage.
So the Klingon's dead.
Right.
And Scotty...
And Ma'ab's dead.
Ma'ab is dead. He just gone.
Yeah, I remember finishing that, just being like,
disintegrated.
That was easy. They both problems just shot each other. So
there you go.
Easy. And then Bones walks out with the baby.
And Scotty and the security team show up. Apparently the Klingon ship did not have the belly for battle. And that they had no stomach for fighting. We checked the encampment, found out you were here, and had no trouble at all in tracking you down. And then Bones is coochie woochie cooing the baby. Yeah. and Spock says, "Coochie woochie coochie coo, Captain." And Kirk's like, "If you're curious about that, talk to linguistics."
Yeah.
So basically how they're leaving this society is the kid is going to be the new high tier.
Yeah.
Eileen is going to be the the proxy for it or something until it's old enough to make decisions and rule. And that's it. She's a remarkable young lady, he says.
And then right as they're leaving too, so they're saying obviously, yes, Eileen is going to be they're representing the high tier.
Yeah.
And they named him Leonard James Akar.
A child?
And Spock was like, what? The child was named Leonard James Akar?
Yeah, and Bones and Kirk are very happy about this. And Spock says, "I think you're both going to be insufferably pleased with yourself for at least the next month, sir."
And it just seems like they're fucking up the planet and they just give it some fucking white ass name.
Peace out.
Leonard James Akar. Yeah.
Dude.
That's not a bad name.
And upon review, pretty good episode.
There's a lot going on. I enjoyed this one a lot.
It's not the first Klingon. I think we saw another Klingon earlier with the one of those fantasy worlds that they go to with the advanced
Planet
people
of the week.
But yeah, good stuff. So what did you think?
I actually enjoyed this one slightly more. Well, actually, I don't know. Yeah, it was slightly more than the previous one with Spock's family.
Really?
Yeah, I honestly I like Scotty at the helm. Those scenes were really good. And the scene with just the whole controversial thing. I was just laughing the whole time as soon as they saved Eileen. I just paused it and I was like, this is crazy. If somebody came up to you, if a woman that was pregnant and was like, hey, I want to die with this baby because XYZ, I don't like that's such a weird they could have been the whole episode, right?
Well, but especially
they just go for it and save the kid, you know? And I'm just like, oh,
keep in mind they start the episode with Bones saying these people are very particular about their customs. Don't touch the pregnant lady. and then that's all that happens. But,
I feel like it gets kind of wiped away at the bottom of those caves, you know, when they're cornering the Enterprise guys finally. And they're just like, you know what? No, I'm going to Mob's like, I'm dead anyways. Like, whatever. I'm just going to sacrifice myself for the good of everyone.
That still doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah,
he could have just had the guy throw. Why didn't they just have the guy throw the thing before?
Or maybe two people throw it at the same time.
Throw it.
Yeah,
instead of holding his arms over his head, saying Klingon.
Yeah,
kill me.
It was weird because the Klingon's back was turned to Mob too.
Yeah, because he's throwing it right at his back.
Yeah, and then the other funny part too is when Aline hits Spock, or not Spock, hits Bones on the head, even though he's asleep.
He's asleep.
And the alternative would have been a lot smoother. Bones might have fallen asleep for a longer time.
Just leave him asleep.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it was just a little more entertaining to me because it's like they're just not on the ship, I guess, the whole time. There was more back and forth.
It's wild.
But there was a lot that happened in the last one. I will admit that.
It's wild because what I like about it is that the pacing of the episode is bananas because there's like a civil war on this planet that's basically inflamed by the presence of the Federation negotiating for this mining rights.
Which they don't address.
Which
ever.
They shouldn't even be doing because this is a pre-warp civilization. It's like, oh, we can meddle with primitive societies if we need their shit.
Yeah, it's a little toxic.
It's okay if we need to. And also at one point, Kirk says, how did you arrange to let her touch you, Bones? You give her a happy pill? Not cool, Kirk. They're making Spanish fly jokes back in 1967.
Take.
So Bones gets a little bit preachy at some point. He says that here the child belongs to the husband. He says that's bullshit while aggressively holding her. He offers his help.
Yeah, I was going to say, he's like, that's a crock of shit. I mean, that's why we didn't let you die. It's like,
the Klingon rules. He's great.
Yeah, he's a good guest star. I really like Mob, though. He really stole the show for me.
I thought that the guest actor who played a car, who was Ben Gage, was awesome. He looked like he had like an old-timey Western guy face. But could also play like in Spartacus or something like that.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Mob reminded me of Chevy Chase for some reason.
Yes, a little bit.
I kept picturing him.
Like
but
he's in a sketch on SNL.
Yeah, but maybe he's like a relative or a cousin or something.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, that was so funny.
I liked it. I thought it was pretty good. In terms of, I don't really have much else to say that we didn't point out while we were talking about it. I did love the remastered space shots. I think that if for my rating, my 1 to 5 rating on this, I give it 3.5 Star Treks or 3.5 badges or whatever.
Really, I enjoyed this.
You liked it?
Yeah, I would give it a 3.7, a
4.
4. Yeah, I enjoyed it. I liked the action in it. The costumes were silly.
Ving!
It's a nice little like Saturday morning kind of vibe, you know, to watch it early, you know.
Yeah, it did have that. It did really have like that.
It's a better hormones for Adonis.
Yeah, it's like
that's what it is.
Self-contained. Yeah, and you get interaction between the Federation and the Klingons. You get a Klingon. You don't really see the Klingon ship much, but still. Yeah, it's great.
Well, it's also silly too, because especially the end, you know, where they're just like, "Oh, let's give him a white ass name and we'll leave."
Yeah, we're human names.
Human names. Yeah.
I mean, the aliens look white too.
Yeah,
but
like,
yeah, human name, I suppose.
Leonard James Akar.
So I gave it 3.5. You gave it a 4. That's great. And that's our discussion of Friday's Child.
Yep.
What are you recommending this week?
Oh, well, let's see. There was a lot of the Grammy nominations came out. I don't know if you look into that. But
I don't, but lay it on me.
It's pretty ridiculous. This year, we've had a lot of good electronic music, though. One older artist, I guess, got a good nomination for, I'm going over, Album of the Year.
Okay.
So it was Skrillex's Quest for Fire, which is pretty good. I'm trying to think of the other ones. I think another one was the Chemical Brothers, which was really popular. They're kind of like an older group that did like 90s stuff and shit.
Sure,
like that,
I know.
2000s.
Yeah, I mean, I know who the Chemical Brothers are for sure. But yes, they're back with another one of those block rock and that's Fatboy Slim. Never mind.
Oh yeah, that's Fatboy Slim. But
Album of the Year, Grammy 2023.
It's just still loading. I only know that one.
So it is.
There was really good ones, though, for electronic this year, I was thinking. And then the singles, too. That was crazy.
So these are the 2024 Grammy nominations?
Yeah, I guess they're 2024.
They are John Baptiste, Boy Genius.
Yeah, that's right.
Boy Genius, Miley Cyrus, Lana Del Rey, Janelle Monáe. Wait, that's can't
pop,
be right.
Though, isn't it?
I don't know. Here are the Album of the Year nominees. Okay. I don't know how the Grammys work. You're our music guy. I think it's just
like a bunch of I was just thinking though to myself, now that I like and know all these nominees here, is it just an old white dude kind of taste that has come now to fruition? Now that it's do you think they just look at streaming numbers and they're like, this one?
Well, it's voters. The Grammys is voters. I actually know a couple of Grammy voters because I know people at record labels.
How many, though? Do you know if it's
I have no idea how many.
Ton?
It's probably a couple thousand, I would imagine. I don't know. We can find all this stuff out. How many Grammy voters are there?
But I was saying they kind of really aligned with what I like this year, so I was just saying just look over the Grammy nominations of Albums of the Year electronically.
There's about 12,000 members that are eligible to vote in the 21,000 member of the Recording Academy. Good. So you're saying check out the Album of the Year Grammys. You endorse most of them.
Oh, yeah.
You liked them.
Here we go.
It was a big year for you.
James Blake, Fred Again, Skrillex, and then KX5, which is Deadmau5 and Cascade made a super group. It was pretty good, yeah. And then Chemical Brothers for That Beautiful Feeling.
Cool.
So yeah, check those out. Those are all pretty good.
Right on. Well, I am just going to remind everybody that Invincible season 2 is out.
Yeah, that's right.
You're probably. I think episode 3 will have aired a couple days before this episode of the podcast because this is the episode of the podcast that's coming out on Sunday, the 19th of November. And the new Invincible, I think, is the 17th for episode 3. It's really fucking good.
Oh, yeah. Also,
so good.
Meek Mill and Rick Ross made an album together. Oh, and Shaq rapped on it, too. It was pretty interesting.
Yeah, Shaq. Shaq's a big club DJ right now.
Yeah, that club, dude. People were bashing it, but it's like you think it's funny until you go. And then you see how good he is, and you're like, oh.
Yeah, you went and saw Shaq.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God.
That's funny.
Where at? It was a festival. It was EDC.
Okay.
But I was like, there's so many other bogus DJs. It's like, let's see if he actually brings it. And apparently he's been a DJ for a long fucking time.
I wouldn't doubt it.
So he crushed it.
Good.
But it's funny. His hands are as big as the fucking platters.
So check out Meek Mill and Rick Ross and Shaq and,
rapping.
And Invincible on Amazon Prime. It's so fucking good.
Oh, and then let's see, what's next week?
The Deadly Years.
Oh, yes.
So next week we're talking about the Deadly Years when the Enterprise crew goes to the beach where people get old.
Yeah.
Absolutely love it. But yeah, that's it. Thanks for listening. Do everything in the bumper, like, subscribe, rate, review. It helps us.
Thank you so much for listening, guys.
It helps people find us. Have a great rest of your week. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Trek in the Valley is executive produced by Adam Ordall Quinnell and Al Hirt. Theme song by Al Hirt. Recorded by Adam. Mixed and edited by Al. Check the show notes for our socials, and you can email the pod at trekinthevalley, all one word, @gmail.com. Like, subscribe, review, and always explore strange new fucking worlds.